The Honourable Annette King.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My questions to the Prime Minister. Does he stand by his statement that, quote, "I am prepared to commit government resources to try to lift children out of poverty," end quote? And if so, what priority does he put on the eradication of child poverty in New Zealand?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, yes. In this year's zero budget, the government prioritised funding increases to health and education, in part because we recognise the fundamental role these public services play in lifting children out of poverty.
The Honourable Annette King.
Supplementary question. Mr Speaker, if he has done much to reduce child poverty in New Zealand, what is his response to the recently appointed Children's Commissioner, Dr Russell Wills, a passionate advocate for children, who said at the weekend, quote, "I don't think that it's okay that we live in a country where children arrive at school because of their poverty without having their basic needs met."
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, I agree with him.
The Honourable Annette King.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker. Did he see the report at the weekend which said that among the 34 countries in the OECD, New Zealand has one of the highest rates of child poverty and one of the lowest levels of investment in the first 5 years of life? And if so, why has his government increased child poverty, not decreased it?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, no, but I am pleased, I didn't see the report, but I am pleased that the government put through, despite it being a zero budget, $44 million extra to support children in state care. That was just one of the many steps the government took, actually, in Budget 2011.
The Honourable Annette King.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker. If he thinks his government's done much to reduce child poverty, why did he and the Minister of Finance reject the policy proposal supporting the protection and well-being of our most vulnerable children, as revealed by the release of the budget documents by Treasury last week?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, I'd have to look at the specific piece that the Minister's talking about, but what the member's talking about, what the government did do in the budget was come up with a number of additional spending items and a number of additional programs to help our most vulnerable young New Zealanders. That included the $44 million package I spoke of. It included increasing the levels of child immunisation. It included participation for the most needy kids in ECE. It included more money going into whānau ora. It included an increase in performance in the education system. And, of course, the government has highlighted the fact that it wants to reform the welfare system.
The Honourable Annette King.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker. Does he think that Dr Wills may know a little bit more about child poverty and what's happening in New Zealand than the Prime Minister does, in light of his comments that the bulk of kids that he sees in his outpatient are kids that are from the most poor and the most vulnerable families? If not, why not?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, I accept that Dr Wills is a specialist, and that's why the government appointed him.
Is point of order, Clare Curran?
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Order. A point of order has been called. Clare Curran.
I seek leave to table a poster made by the children and teachers of St Clare Community Kindergarten protesting the changes to early childhood
We're not going to be tabling
funding
posters.
which came into force on the 1st of July.
Order. The member will take that down. The member does not have the call and cannot use visual aids when she does not have the call, and we don't table posters, no matter how good they might be, prepared for a political purpose. Question number 5, Chris Ockenvold.
Yeah.